6th of June 1944. Operation Overlord has begun. The largest armada of warships ever is crossing the English Channel towards France. 5 beaches on the Normandy coast are about to be stormed in an enormous amphibious assault. The beaches, cluttered with obstacles and mines, are heavily defended by what the Germans call the Atlantic Wall, which stretches from the north of Norway all the way to France's south border with Spain. Careful planning and reconnaissance has shown that it's essential to take out specific parts of the Atlantic Wall before the beaches are stormed by the Allies. One of them is the German howitzer battery at Pointe du Hoc. This 6-gun battery sits on top of a high cliff that overlooks the Omaha and Utah beaches, surrounded by an extensive system of trenches and defended by infantry and AA guns. This position is a serious threat, which must be eliminated as soon as possible. It is up to you and the 2nd Ranger Battalion to scale Pointe du Hoc and silence the battery. In this mission, you will be put in the shoes of Lieutenant Colonel Rudder, commander of the battalion. You will land on the small beach and fight your way to the top. Once at the top, you must drive the defenders away and find the gun emplacements. Find them and destroy them. Then, take up a defensive position and fend off any counterattacks. You will get support from the USS Satterley and the US Air Force if needed. This is where the liberation of Europe starts. The eyes of the world are upon you. Give 'em hell. July 1944. Since the D-Day landings in June, your advance has been steady, if a bit slow. But gradually, the bridgehead widens and deepens, as does the crisis for the Germans. They have ordered several units from elsewhere to reinforce their Normandy presence, and these are fighting their way through to the beachheads. They have to put up with constant harassment from the French resistance and Allied aircraft, forcing them to hide by day and move by night. The US Army has pushed to the south, away from the beaches. Currently, the main objective of General Bradley's advance is to take the area around Saint-Lô. Once that is taken, he has his starting point for Operation Cobra. But first, the road to Saint-Lô must be cleared. You will be leading your troops into the hedgerows today. You have received instructions to push to Hova to secure the Vire bridgehead. To get there, you must make sure your tank stays safe. The main force is yet to catch up with you, and you're a bit exposed in this position. A spotter plane has reported enemy movement nearby. It might be the Panzer Lehr division. They might be trying to counterattack. You'd better sound the alarm and brace yourself. Stand your ground until our main force arrives, and stand by for further orders. Good luck. August 7th, 1944. You have been in France for 2 months now, and there's no end in sight. Operation Cobra was a success, and the breakout from Normandy is a fact. Officially, Operation Cobra ended yesterday. So we set up a defensive line south of Saint-Lô, and today the enemy is counterattacking from the area of Motin. No less than 3 panzer divisions supported by infantry and artillery are moving towards us. The enemy objective is to cut off the US First Army from the coast and keep the Allies confined to Normandy. We have orders to support the infantry that is taking the brunt of the counter-offensive. Leave your defensive position and move your armored column forward to the road to Le Mesnil-la-Delay to see if the 119th Infantry Regiment is still in control at their roadblock, which is right up the road. When you get there, assess the situation and act accordingly. Your goal is to take the village. You must maintain a high level of situational awareness at all times and keep communications to HQ open for further orders. Good luck. December 1944. You have been in Europe for half a year now. Despite fanatical German resistance, the Allies have broken out of the Normandy beachhead months ago, and the Allied advance seems unstoppable. Vast areas of France have already been liberated, but the further the Allies advance toward and into Germany, the tougher the fight seems to become. After the battles at Saint-Lô, Mortain, Falaise and Arnhem, the advance has slowed down lately. The Germans are far from beaten, and the push to the Rhine River is getting tougher by the day. The advance into Hurtgen forest will be a new experience for everyone. You are still fighting at the very front of the advance with the 2nd Rangers. Today, just like on D-Day, you will be taking an enemy position on high ground. A crucial hill that would give us the high ground in the upcoming battles. It's marked on your map as Hill 400, just east of Bergstein. You must gather intel on the enemy position first, and then decide how you're going to take this hill. When you have control of the area, you must reinforce the position, set up radio communications, and defend against potential counterattacks. Only if you have radio contact will you get access to artillery support. Use it to your advantage whenever you can. Good luck. December 1944. After 6 months of advancing since D-Day, you and everybody else got a big surprise a couple of days ago. In appalling winter weather, the Germans have launched a massive counter-offensive in the Ardennes region. In a desperate attempt to split the British and American forces, the Germans are pushing forward into Belgium with orders to take Antwerp. The goal is to cut the Allied supply lines and stir a political row between the US and Britain. Our commanders reacted swiftly and moved the 3rd Armored Division southeast to deny the Germans access to the Houghton Bridge. They have sent out task forces on a number of roads that lead southwest to recon and intercept the German Kampfgruppen. We have no information on the whereabouts of the task forces or those of the Germans. In this mission, you will be in charge of the main road checkpoint close to our forward HQ. Our HQ and our field hospital have been set up in the town. Set up a defense perimeter around the roadblocks to deny access to the town, just in case the Germans slip past our task forces. Now, get your men to dig in and await further orders. Good luck. March 1945. After the bitter fighting in the Ardennes and the Hurtgen forest, the Allied drive to the Rhine seems unstoppable. They advance on a wide front with relative ease. In early March, the 3rd Armored Division takes the town of Pulheim, northwest of Cologne. On the 5th, they attack to the southwest and reach the outskirts of Cologne. Judging by the destruction in the outskirts, one thing becomes clear immediately. The whole city lies in ruins, and the tough battle awaits. Cologne is also the largest city on the River Rhine, so you'll have quite a way to go. Moving along its streets with your tanks, you will need to be very careful not to break your tracks or get stuck in the piles of rubble. As you have experienced in France, street fighting is a different story altogether. And we have to take all of Cologne on this side of the Rhine without really knowing the enemy's strength. They likely have orders to defend the town to the last man and the last bullet. Meanwhile, the 3rd Armored Division has just received the heavy M26 perishing tank. So, while you don't know the enemy's strength or position, the enemy doesn't know you have an ace up your sleeve. Today, you are tasked to fight your way into the city and to advance all the way to the Rhine River. Keep your tanks safe by clearing the houses on both sides of the roads. Negotiate the roadblocks quickly and push east. Watch out for snipers while you advance to the central station near the cathedral and the bridges. You'll likely run into enemy tanks as well. If the need arises, we can send some of our brand new heavy tanks forward. Now, get ready to move. Good luck.